Yeah, hi, I'm Chris Birch. I'm Professor of Enterprise and Innovation at the University of Greenwich, London. My research centre is called the Centre for Imagination, Innovation and Inspiration, and there's a very deliberate reason for that name. I do believe in the world that we now live, that we have to imagine things, we have to innovate, and we have to inspire others to do that. And the raison d'etre for what I do is to actually get the next generation of students to start thinking in those ways.
We often hear the phrase, the knowledge economy. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, I think with the knowledge-based economy as well, it's very easy to think that it's a new invention, but it isn't. If you look through history, there are many examples of knowledge-based societies. The Romans, the Egyptians, the Greeks, and more recently the industrial societies that emerged in the 18th and 19th centuries, whereby we used our intellect, our curiosity to actually drive new ways of doing things in different ways. And the interesting observation as a historian I'd have is that those societies that are best at it are the ones that do best as well. So the real challenge that we now face is actually, I think, dealing with the speed of change and the pervasiveness of that change in the context of a global world. And in the context of all of this change and the speed of that change, I would argue that universities have got a key, if not critical, part to play in making sure that we can develop new systems and structures that are fit for purpose for the 21st century. If you look back through the last 10 years, a number of government commission reports, starting with Richard Lambert's report in 2003, going through Cox's review on the importance of design and creativity, the Sainsbury review, the Wary review, Sandy Leach's review on skills, more recently then looking at the reviews conducted by Tim Wilson, Andrew Whitty, and more recently Lord Young. All of them come to the same conclusion that universities have to have a key part to play in the process to make sure our societies are fit for the 21st century. The real question is, how do we do that?
So the challenge is dealing with the pace and the pervasiveness of change.
I think that's the difference between now and 200 years ago. Change has been a constant through history, really. But I think that we're now having to deal with things that change in a matter of months, if not a few years. And that is very challenging in terms of training and development needs, preparing for often the unknown. One of the, if you just cast your mind back now, 10 years, we hardly knew what Google or the internet was. And look at where we are now. Look at smartphones. The things we can do with smartphones couldn't even have been dreamt about 5 years ago, really, until Steve Jobs brought out the iPhone 3 with all the technologies behind that. So this pace of change isn't going to slow down. It's only going to speed up. And I think that one of the things that universities and society has got to do is to work out how it can build agility in to deal with that speed of change. And that will be all about training people, creating new knowledge, and then using that knowledge in innovative ways that add value and enable us to keep up with that speed of change.
So how important is education, training and development in achieving this?
I think when you're looking at all the technologies that are coming about and you've got the push-pull factors behind technology, what is critical is that we actually nurture minds to be able to cope with the speed of this change. We can't just fill heads with knowledge anymore. We've got to teach people new behaviours, new mindsets, new approaches to learning, to doing things, because we know for sure that what's done now will not be particularly useful probably in 5 years' time, if not less. So the role of training and education is now to enable people to make the transition, make the changes much more quickly than they have done in the past.
So are there particular challenges that we need or we can plan for looking ahead?
Now, I think when we're looking at the training and education, we're now going to have to look at global distributed systems of training and education that is probably more about clicks than bricks. I think that we've got ourselves locked into large infrastructure of buildings and things when actually we're seeing all around us the world of iPads and technology gadgets is actually enabling us to find information in different ways. What we really need now to do is develop pedagogic systems that enable us to be much more flexible, agile in providing learning to not just younger people but older people who we know will have to work longer. Therefore they'll need reskilling and upskilling. And I would argue in the context of small economies that the real trick here will be to plan ahead, to prepare for the demographic change that we know is going to happen, and to actually set systems and structures that give you sustainable competitive advantage through the intellectual capital that you gain from your incumbent populations.
So are there opportunities or imperatives for island economies?
Yeah, I think in the digital world it's quite interesting. Many islands are very nice places to live. Many islands have got lots of challenges in terms of communications, traditional communications, but of course digital communications get around all of that. And I suspect that islands that have that are nice places to be can well attract very talented people who want to establish businesses, develop their business ideas from those islands. So it's looking at that natural competitive advantage and then breaking down the barriers created by a stretch of water. And again, this is where clicks rather than bricks, I think, starts to become a very interesting proposition. I think that forward-looking politicians will start thinking about how they can invest in training and development infrastructure in their islands to actually unlock the potential that they've got.
Is there a particular message then you'd like to leave to the delegates?
I hope that my few words inspire you to think differently. As Einstein said, if we do what we've always done, we'll get what we've always got. I don't think we can do that anymore. And I hope that the debate that you have in your fora this morning, this afternoon, is one that looks ahead to what might be rather than looks back to what was. Good luck.